Throughout these gloomy mountains, strange carvings left by ancient peoples are everywhere.
This first video is going to be a little on the longer side because individual legs was going to be too long, and I would feel odd doing only 2/3 of it. Alright, so this one is pretty straightforward. They give us the sorting mechanism on the wall, so unless you are colorblind, in which case I'm very sorry, the nose thing might not work out well for you. But yeah, it's pretty hard to mess this one up unless you accidentally click somewhere you didn't mean to. And I know you're all very concerned about this giant cavern right next to all our wonderful creatures. Don't be too scared. If you accidentally drop them, some invisible force will save them and not even take away any of your tries. So, I mean, not very nice to them, but they'll be fine.
Zombini! Hip hip! Zombini!
Also, spoilers, that wasn't really a statue! I actually have no idea if it's a statue or a living creature. It's ambiguous.
Use the crystal filters to change the Zoombinis' reflection. It will give them crystal slamming protection.
Rhymes. Why are there so many rhymes? Also, actually in this case, the rhyme was kind of misleading because we are not at this level changing reflections, we are simply matching reflections, which could take longer than it usually does if I don't have a single trait I know I can look for. So yeah, just look around. See who over here looks like who over here. Stop staring at me! For some reason, like a handful of them will, usually on this row, will set looking like they're breaking the fourth wall instead of looking slightly off to the side, the way the rest of them do. I really, really don't know. But it's a little unnerving. There it is. So while I'm going through this laborious and not terribly exciting to watch part of the game, I figure I could probably tell you guys a little about myself. As long as it doesn't distract me. Goodness. Yes, I have never done LPs before, as I've mentioned. I prefer Nintendo games, as a rule. I don't have a capture card for consoles or handhelds yet, though, so it'll probably be a while before I can play those. Once I do get one, I'll probably do several Zelda LPs at least, because that is my favorite series, as anyone who knows me from Hyrule Academy would be not surprised to hear. If you do like Zelda, I would highly recommend Hyrule Academy. It is a radio show on Radio Hyrule, which is a website that plays all Zelda music all the time, except when we're doing Radio Hyrule. It is hosted by the illustrious MC Gamer, and we basically just make theories and then throw facts at them and see what is still standing when we're done. And I have somehow managed to make a name for myself on that show in, you know, tiny corner of the internet. I've never done internet community before. It's still a new concept to me. The show is a lot of fun, though. You should go download some of the episodes and listen to them. In the meantime, though, while I am still stuck on a computer, my thought is I want to LP a few more of the games from my childhood. So you'll probably see some Learning Company games in there. If any of you have played well, not Treasure Mountain. That one's a little too young. But Midnight Rescue, perhaps. Gizmos and Gadgets. I might track down a copy of Oregon Trail. I know everyone has played Oregon Trail, but there's a reason for that. It was a fun game. Even if you only played it to shoot as many buffalo as was physically possible and then die while trying to ford a river. It'll depend what games I can find for emulators. And then the other set of games I'd like to do is blind runs of games that I have on Steam but haven't played yet, which, I mean, everyone's unplayed Steam game list, I know, is usually pretty long. But I have several, like, well-known games on there that I haven't touched, like Mass Effect, and Bioshock, and Skyrim, and even with looking around on the internet the way I do, I have not come across that many spoilers for them, I don't think. So, I don't know, it could be fun to get some of my reactions to that. Really what you would see is the way that I miss really, really simple things. Like, things so simple that no one puts them in the guide because it's just supposed to be obvious. And then I feel really, really, really dumb when I finally figure out what's going on. But I'm still having fun, and that's the important part. Alright, we're finally getting down to our last Zoombini. Oops. Almost went on. I think if I clicked that arrow, we actually would go on. Possibly.
Done! Search first for traps. So easy to miss. To get Zoombinis across Bubble Wonder Abyss.
Alright, this is our last challenge. Thankfully, I know we're running long on time. So we have two paths. Each one of these little arrow things will make a bubble. And we would like to end up over here. We would not so much like to end up in the giant swirls of death. So, over here, this way, and here we have a conditional thing. If the Zombini we have sent has sunglasses, they will go this way. If not, they will continue on straight and die. So, we are going to send all our sunglasses this way, because guess what? If we went this way, here's conditional sunglasses. Oh look, death. So all sunglasses this way, and since the path doesn't wrap around itself at all, I can just send them as fast as possible. Because Zoombinis can also be lost if the bubbles run into each other, because then the bubbles pop and they just fall into deep, dark oblivion, but still manage to show up safe back at camp? Alright, so now for the rest of them. None of them are sunglasses, so they'll go on straight. And then this one, you'll notice, has a little grayed out arrow over here. This is a switch. And when you send a Zombini, it'll take the path that is currently indicated, but it will switch it for the next Zombini to the next path. So going this way now, I do not want to send a one-eyed person. In fact, I probably want to send a regular two-eyed person, because when that switches over, they will die going that way. So we will send this guy first. And anyone else that I send is going to be fine. Because whichever way of these they go, I mean, they'll go straight just the same as one eye's wood over here and two eyes wood over there. As simple as this challenge is at this point, I honestly still get, like, I tense up whenever, like, they go over the switch. I'm just like, I didn't, like, get distracted, right? They're still going over the right spot. They're not going to die randomly and make me feel terrible. They're all staring at me. Make them stop. You actually can. You're clicking on them. Or sometimes they'll just kind of blink and look away.
Hip hip Zombini! Hip hip Zombini!
They're all so happy. And they have good reason to be.
Is this it? Could this be the place they've been seeking? A place of hope and prosperity?
Oh, this game has the best narrator voice. He's such a ham. Fireworks celebration. Welcome to Zombiniville. It is populated only by the people we just brought, but it's better than nothing. And they have even already created structures. We have a band shell. These are creatures after my own heart. They got here and the first thing they built was music related. So this one, as you can tell, hi Arno, is connected to our first leg. It is a way of showing us, hey, you beat that leg on the easiest difficulty. Over here, you have the windmill for our second leg. Also on easy. And then, for our third leg, a general store. And you can pick them up and move them around. I said you can move them around. Stop proving me a liar. Okay, as long as you don't set them up too high. So the music will keep playing for a while. But we're not going to stick around too long because there are more Zoombinis to save. But not right now because this recording has gone on far too long. So we're going to save our game. And then we are going to stop. Well, video is going to stop anyway. So thank you for joining me on this wonderful little trip running our own little underground railroad. I hope you enjoyed it a little bit. Maybe you want to check it out yourself. And I will hopefully see you next time. Bye!